Hi, I'm Angie Knox, and today we're going to talk about 3 formative first grade math assessments. First of all, what are formative assessments? Formative assessment refers to a wide variety of methods that teachers use to conduct in-process evaluations of student comprehension, learning needs, and academic progress during a lesson, unit, or course. The 3 assessments we will be looking at is check for understanding, draw it, and exit ticket. The objective we are trying to achieve is students can add single-digit numbers equaling a two-digit number and show tens and ones. We will be meeting 2 standards with this objective. We will be meeting our place value standard of base tens, showing tens and ones, and also being able to add and subtract within 20. Our first example, we're going to look at 5 plus 8 equals 13. For the formative assessment, we're going to check for understanding. So as the instructor, the first thing I'm going to do is model for the students 5 plus 8 equals 13. I'm going to show them that 5 has 5 ones, 8 has 8 ones, which will total 13, or when we regroup them, we will get 110 with 3 left over, and you can see that here on the side. So once we've discussed this and I've modeled this expectation, I'm going to start asking questions. I will randomly call on students and ask how many ones are in 5, how many ones are in 8, and then we will count them and find out what does 5 plus 8 equal. And I will ask the kids how many, it equals 13, so how many tens did we find in 13 and how many ones? They should be able to answer those questions if the lesson went well. So why do we want to check for understanding? We need to find out what the student knows, and we also need to find out what our students don't know and if there are any misunderstandings. It's inevitable that if we ask the students how many tens are in 13, someone will say 3. So when we check for understanding, it also sets the pace for our lesson. If the students are getting it, then we move on. If there's still some confusion, we know we need to slow down and go back and reteach some things. Our second assessment is draw it. For this assessment, we're going to try a new problem and have the students draw a picture on their paper or whiteboard to solve the equation. So what they will see on the board is 6 plus 8 equals question mark. They will need to solve the equation. What they will do is demonstrate with circles how many ones are in 6 and how many ones are in 8. Then they need to regroup them into how many tens with how many ones left over. They should find that there are 14 ones altogether, which is 110 and 4 ones. Why should students draw what they know? Well, this gives us a visual representation of what the students know, and it allows the students a different format for expressing understanding. For this math example, drawing circles and 10 sticks allows students to break numbers into their smallest parts and helps them count so that they can visually see how many ones and how many tens are in their numbers. The last assessment we will do at the very end of the lesson is an exit ticket. This is a fun way to get an overall assessment of what the kids have learned during this lesson. So at the end of the lesson, the students will all have a slip of paper with 2 questions. The directions are solve the equations and show your work using circles and 10 sticks. So some kids might be able to see that 9 plus 5 equals 14 and 7 plus 8 equals 15. That is great, but they also need to explain how they arrived at their answer. I want to see that they know how many ones and how many tens are in there. So why should we use exit tickets? Exit tickets are a quick assessment of student understanding. It allows the students and the teacher to see where more instruction may be needed. It also aids in forming small groups. If we want to make small groups with all children that are at the same academic level, we can do that, but we can also use exit tickets to make a variety of groups. We can have students that are very strong in each group and students who need more help in each group, and that way the stronger students can help teach the ones that need more help. And it also provides feedback for the teacher when we're preparing future lessons. Thanks for watching.